Hello, I am Sentimus Prime, and here I will be reviewing the Sky Vitter from the Modelroid Full Power Gridman model kits. So here is Sky Vitter, and first and foremost, we will be taking a good look at this nice little jet. It's overall nicely done. Well, let's take in a closer look, and we will be starting off with this cockpit area. As you can see, it has a nice dome shape to it. Very nice. Kind of like a jet, kind of like a cockpit on a jet would be. You do get, however, you do get these blue fins on the side, and this gray fin in the middle of the front, which this part is painted. So that there's that. And here, under here, we do get a visor as well as this mouthpiece, painted mouthpiece. But that's not going to be relevant till later. But for now, let's take a good look at everything. We do get this little trim, gray trim right here. That's also paint. And moving back, we do get some more details, such as these sort of intake things with these pointy things sticking out. These are guns, and apparently they kind of do, but kind of don't. They work with, they kind of are blast effect compatible, but they don't really work with all of the blast effect parts. They really only work with certain ones, like these rubbery ones. But they can work. So there's that. Do get these gray intakes. We do get a good look at these front wings here. These front wings, you do see that they're nicely that they have a good little bit of panel lining. They do get some gray striping, which these are stickers, and so are these little triangles here. Those are also stickers. Very nice. Here's how it looks from the underside. Do get nice little greebly details. Very nice. You do get a lot of interesting things about it. And yes, he does come with a stand. So he can stand up so he can hover in the air like a jet should. We do move back here where we get some little red bits here. These are also stickers. And you do get these larger areas, but they also have little details such as these vents up here, or intakes or whatever up here. Very nice. I might color those in actually. Maybe. But anyways, you do get these tiny little stabilizer wing fins up there. Very tiny. But very neat. And over on the sides, you do get these nice and long wings. The edges on these wing pieces are also painted. But the lavender on these supports are stickers, such as, and also these gray areas up here are also stickers. Now look from under. And here we have a look at Sky Vitter from behind. And as you can see, you do get some, like, obviously hands back here, as well as these giant lavender feet things. Again, nice. Very nice. However, you do also get some, like, wing articulation. Like these, obviously they can swing back and forth. You can slide them forward and back, but that's more for transformation. These wings up here, they can swing forward, and you can fold them on this hinge downward, and you can also fold them on this hinge downward. So you do get a little bit of articulation with the wings, so that's cool. Oh, and he can open his cockpit to reveal basically nothing. You might get, like, a little bit of a little bit of a seat, maybe. But this cockpit opening gimmick has a different purpose. Sorry. Something caught in my throat. Anyways, let's move on to size comparison. Actually, before I do that, I would like to mention the stickers. You see, in total, this part of the model kit, you have to put on, you would put on 28 stickers. Yes, there's a good bit of stickers up here that you could put on here. And something I would like to mention is when I was doing my video for Buster Boar here, I said that he had a total of 59 stickers. Well, if we take this helmet off, and if we look at it from the front, you can see that I somehow forgot that I put that little sticker on there. That means that Buster Boar here has a total of 60 stickers instead of 59. Great. That's crazy. Yeah, and he has 28 stickers. Moving on to size comparisons. Here we have Sky Vitter compared alongside Dirge, the Transformers Voyager class Dirge. Now, lengthwise, from toes to cockpits areas, his Vitter's nose cone thing only reach up to about the end of his intakes. But he has a crazy long wingspan. Like, look at that. He has a crazy wingspan. I need to move it up for this. Look at that. This dude has a crazy long wingspan. And of course, I'll be, like, telling you about, like, how big the outline from the side of the box is compared to this guy, because I've been doing that. So lengthwise on the box outlines of the sides on the side of the box, from the toe to the tip, this guy was reached up to here. So he was that much longer than what you actually get. You get a bit of an oversized sort of thing that the outlines of the sides of that box normally have. But oh well. For other size comparisons, here he is next to Gridman. Here he is next to Gridman. Here he is next to Buster Boar. Here he is next to Max. And here he is next to Caliber. Let's try to have it so Caliber's like that. Yeah, that's fine. Now we have the whole team all together, or at least most of it. Very nice. It's everyone getting the kits. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I will say, the blue on this guy looks really good. I do like this shade of blue on him. Now I guess we can start combining Sky Vitter and Gridman. But before that, we will be taking this off of his stand. And to do that, we'll be pulling out of this port, which would be plugged into this peg, and then splitting this in half. These just tab into the sides right like so. Boom. And before I start combining things, I would like to mention 3 things. First of all, the stickers here. These lavender stickers that I put here. They can be hard to see in some modes. Second of all, if you noticed when I assembled this guy in my Model Kit Adventures video on him, you might have noticed that I may or may not have attached the legs, these leg components, like this, and just misassembled it to make it look like this, and it was kind of goofy. And third of all, that just cracked. But fourth of all, it's no big deal. Fourth of all, when I combine these legs, and when I try to attach the front on without the stand, it does that. Because you see, this does not tab in. The front does not tab into the back in any way, shape, or form. It absolutely requires this stand thing, which also just got cracked. Pain. And I honestly could have seen a way for them to tab this in, or at the very least given us a piece where it's this stand where it's like this stand piece, but without all of this, it would be like just the adapter. So we could like at least attach it without the stand, so we could like swoosh it around like a jet. But oh well. That's slightly a bummer, but oh well. It still tabs in nice and fine. See? All good. Now let's combine. We don't really have to do much prep work for Gridman, but for Sky here, we move these up, and there's like these like these like indents that like lock it in like either out here or up here. You're gonna slide this up, locking it like that. Actually, no, that's gonna be for a different mode. You just leave them out like that. But what you will be doing is you're gonna be taking these like yellow pieces and just moving them up a little bit. You take this, you remove the helmet, then you move under and rotate these two pegs out. The little black one up here and the slightly longer black one down there. Going to be flipping these out. And then you're going to be sliding these up. And then flipping these panels out. Like so. Now we can combine him with Gridman. Okay, so we take his leg, slide it in here, then flip it up so that this tiny little you flip it up so this tiny little black peg, okay, you attach it so this tiny little black tabs into this slot in his calf, like so. Then slide that back down, flip that back in, push that back in, then do the same for the other side. Gonna be tabbing that in, pushing that in, and folding that in. Now with the legs done, we're gonna be tabbing these two black pegs into Gridman's holes here. Like so. And if you want, you can like splay them out like a little bit. At least that's what I do. And then last but not least, we take this helmet and attach it to Gridman's head. Can be a little bit tricky. Can be a little tricky, and it really doesn't plug in. Yeah, it really doesn't plug in more than it. And you basically do it like that. And that is basically this is what is known. This is the combination that is known as Sky Gridman. Very simple, but yeah, very nice looking. This is obviously like some sort of like combination where it allows Gridman to fly. Now, I guess you could like try to have but it's hard to keep this guy standing up unless you like flip these lavender foot pieces out like so, but that's not really for this mode, so not going to be doing that. Instead, what we're going to be doing is we're going to bring in a Figma stand and just plug it into this hole right up here. Very simple stuff. And now we have Sky Gridman properly like flying how he should. Now, it's very cool and all. It does appear to be very cool. Very nice. Do get Gridman as well as all that. Very nice. It is a bit hefty. After all, like Sky Vitter is basically the biggest component out of this whole model kit. But you do get a nice look at that helmet. Very nice. Let's get a good look at it from the back. Also very nice. And for articulation, all the wings and stuff are still able to do their hinging and stuff. These can flip out and all that. There's little like ball joints here, so you can like articulate those around. Gridman's articulation, again, not really hindered in terms of the head, as if you manage to keep the helmet on. But his head does still articulate well enough. And obviously because his arms aren't hindered in any way, aren't combined to anything, his arms are completely unhindered. His torso, however, because we tabbed this jetpack thing onto his butt and back port, it does restrict his torso articulation. Well, what little of it he had, anyways. But his hips aren't really hindered. His legs from the knees down are hindered because his knees now only bend about that far, and his feet are completely inaccessible in this mode. But again, it does look pretty cool. does look pretty cool. Do get lots of fine little details and stuff. Very nice. And of course, if you want to, you can take out a hand, one of his fists, and plug in his like grabby hand and like obviously like utilize his arms and like grab samurai caliber. So you can do that. So you can do that. Hey, options. Options are cool. So you can like do that. Like, sweet. And for other size comparisons here, he is next to these two, as well as caliber. Very nice. And overall, I do really like this guy. His jet mode is nice and fun. I would have like wanted a. I would have like wanted some way to like completely assemble this his jet mode without the aid of the stand. But other than that, he's really just fine, just perfectly fine. Oh yeah, and the helmet. It does that with like the better helmet connection. That's just something that all these helmets, Gridman helmets, have in common, I guess. Where they like, or just like almost no way of like having it in securely, but still does look nice, really nice. And again, it does restrict a bit of articulation, but like getting like a proper like stand and like having it like soar through the air is very, very, very cool. And overall, I do really like this combination. Very nice. And so now, with the separate components all done, now it's time to do like those big. Now I'm looking forward to doing some of those big combinations. But for now, this will be it. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider to like and subscribe, and maybe even comment if you want. And of course, I will be posting again sooner or later.